Have you ever started a new day feeling weighed down by worries and the pressures of the tasks ahead, the responsibilities you must shoulder? Have you found yourself caught in life's whirlwind of busyness, so consumed that you've forgotten how to pause and listen to your own heart? Each morning, when we open our eyes, we're often immediately surrounded by countless thoughts. What will today bring? Can I achieve all my plans? How will I overcome the challenges waiting ahead? These thoughts can sometimes rob us of peace from the very first moments of our day. Because of this, I invite you to take a brief moment, set aside your worries, and find a special quiet space. This is more than just a regular morning prayer. It's an opportunity for each of us to pause, relax our minds, and seek genuine peace within God's loving embrace. It's a moment for you to set aside external noise, life's pressures, and internal burdens. Have you ever considered that true tranquility and peace don't come from completing everything on your to-do list, but from knowing when to pause and sense God's presence in every breath, every heartbeat? Sometimes, we need to create space so our souls aren't swept away by the rush of this world. Only in these quiet moments can we truly experience God's guidance and protection. Morning prayer in tranquility is our way of opening our hearts to receive His guidance. It's when we sincerely share our anxieties and deepest desires with God, reaffirming our faith that He is always with us, our endless source of strength and hope. Right now, pause briefly and ask yourself, are you ready today to step into the new day with peace, trusting that God's hand is guiding you? In a life full of challenges and changes, people often feel alone and lost when facing difficulties. However, the video encourages viewers to recognize a profound truth. God is always present beside us, guiding and protecting us every step of the way, no matter how difficult the circumstances may be. This is the powerful message the author wants to convey. A reminder that in every situation, whether a challenge or a joy, we are never alone. The presence of God is the firm foundation, the priceless encouragement that helps us overcome any difficulty in life. Awareness of God's presence is not just a vague religious concept, but a vivid and clear reality. When we understand that God is always by our side, a deep peace will fill our souls. It is an unwavering belief that no matter what life brings, God will never abandon us. Therefore, we are encouraged not just to pray but also to live in a strong belief in His presence. This belief helps us recognize that every trial, no matter how painful or difficult, has a purpose and will help us grow stronger in faith. When facing challenges, we may feel confused and discouraged. But if we trust that God is guiding us, we will not feel abandoned. Every difficulty in life becomes an opportunity for us to reflect on ourselves, to strengthen our faith, and to develop spiritually. These challenges are not meaningless obstacles, but valuable lessons that help us grow and understand more deeply the love and care God has for each of us. At the same time, awareness of God's presence also brings a sense of peace and freedom. When we know He is always by our side, we can live more freely and courageously. We no longer fear the unknown, no longer worry about the future, because we know that God will guide each of our steps. This helps us live in hope and peace, even when facing the most difficult circumstances. Therefore, awareness of God's presence is a key to standing firm in faith. It is not just theoretical belief, but a living experience that helps us understand that every trial has a purpose, and every step we take in life is guided by God. In a life full of anxieties and challenges, each of us can sometimes easily be swept away by a stream of negative thoughts. Feelings of insecurity, worry, and lack of confidence can cloud our ability to see the positive things around us. This video encourages viewers to apply a simple yet effective method to change their mindset, which is to renew their minds by focusing on the good, pure, and praiseworthy things, as mentioned in Bible verses such as Romans 12:2 and Philippians 4:8. The Bible verse in Romans 12:2 states, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, good, pleasing, and perfect will." This suggests that in order to live according to God's will, we must change the way we perceive life, not allowing the external influences of the world to lead us into negative thinking. Renewing our minds is the process of changing our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes towards life, helping us not only overcome difficulties but also grow stronger in faith. The Bible verse in Philippians 4:8 offers a very practical piece of advice. "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." This advice is an effective method to push away negative thoughts, encouraging us to focus on positive and beautiful values. By focusing on what is true and praiseworthy, we will have a brighter outlook on life and realize that, no matter the circumstances, there are always good things to appreciate. The reason this method is so effective is because our thoughts can profoundly impact our emotions and actions. When we only focus on the negative, the challenges in life can become insurmountable mountains. However, by changing our perspective and directing our thoughts towards the good, the challenges no longer seem as overwhelming. We will find strength in the positive things and peace during difficult moments. Affirming the good and reminding ourselves of positive qualities not only helps us live mentally healthy, but also improves our relationships with those around us. When we focus on positivity, we become a source of encouragement for others and spread that positive energy into society. Therefore, renewing our minds is not only advice from the Bible, but also a life strategy that helps us maintain an optimistic attitude, full of hope and faith in God. It is the key to overcoming all challenges and living a meaningful life. In life, we cannot avoid anxiety, fear, and negative emotions. These things sometimes dominate our thoughts and actions, making our minds heavy and preventing us from focusing on the positive things around us. This video invites viewers to take a deeply meaningful spiritual action prayer, asking God to change our minds and help push away anxiety and fear, replacing them with a strong faith in His promises. This invitation is not only a way to help us find peace, but also to live in the guidance of the Lord. Prayer is a powerful tool to connect with God, creating a space where we can express our thoughts, feelings, and concerns. In prayer, we don't just ask God for blessings. We invite Him into the hidden corners of our souls, where anxiety and fear may cling. In prayer, we can tell God that we cannot overcome difficulties and challenges on our own, and that we need Him to renew our minds, change our thoughts, and see life through a hopeful, optimistic lens. One of the most important parts of prayer is asking God to help us change our way of thinking. Our thoughts are often influenced by external factors, like negative events in life, worries about the future, or fears of things that haven't happened yet. However, when we pray and open our hearts to God, we realize that He can help us push away these negative thoughts. God can give us peace, confidence, and trust in the promises He has made to us that no matter how difficult life may be, He will always be with us and guide us through. God not only gives us promises, but He also heals our souls, helping us see the light in the darkness and guiding us through every situation. Prayer allows us to feel God's healing, the peace He brings, and His guidance in times when we feel lost. When we pray, we not only ask God to change our circumstances, but also to change us from within, helping us see each challenge as an opportunity to grow in faith and become closer to Him. This prayer is not just a religious act, but a surrender, an acknowledgement that we cannot do everything on our own. When we surrender all our anxieties and fears to God, we open up the opportunity for Him to work in our lives, helping us live in peace, confidence, and strength. This is not just advice. It is an action that stirs sincere gratitude and connection from the heart. In life, we often go through moments of loneliness and times of difficulty that seem impossible to overcome. However, it is precisely during these moments that sharing our feelings and prayers becomes the thread that connects us, helping us realize that we never have to walk alone. Sharing prayers is not just about voicing our concerns, but it is a way for us to pray together, to place our trust and hope in God's providence. When we share our heartfelt prayers, we not only ask God for blessings, but we also express our gratitude toward Him. Each prayer is a reminder of God's presence in our lives, that He is always with us, no matter how weak or confused we may feel. This also brings each person a sense of real comfort. We feel loved, sheltered, and assured that no difficulty is too great if we have God by our side. Sharing is not just a spiritual act, but also a way for us to express our gratitude for God's unconditional love. We know that, no matter how tough or challenging life gets, He is always a faithful companion, helping us stand firm and continue our journey of faith with trust and peace in our hearts. When each person shares their prayers and emotions, it not only creates a community connection but also strengthens our faith, encouraging one another in times of weakness. The sincerity in our prayers and sharing is evidence of deep love, a reminder that, no matter the challenges or trials, we are always loved and guided by God. And it is in moments like these that we experience true peace, a peace that only God can give. Therefore, the call to share at the end of the video is not just an act of encouragement, but a reminder of the power of connection in faith, of sincere gratitude, and of God's unconditional love in our lives.